Hello everybody, how are you doing today? And welcome back to the garden. I think that's gonna be our first time I take you to inspect the bees. Let's go. Hello everybody, I hope you can see me over there. I think that's the first time we're doing bee inspection. Let's have a look what's happening in the beehives. Both of them survived the winter, but it's late spring, so it's a good idea to check your bees. As you can see, the beehive is well and truly sealed after the winter. Those bees of mine are proper builders. I hope the camera gonna pick it up. On the top cells on the frame you can see the nectar being collected and all these bees hanging down, creating the honeycomb down. So it's a good sign. We're getting some nectar and honey in the first frame. Those are the wild bees, really. I haven't got any queens for must be about 6 years now. Oh, this is heavy. It's full of honey already. Let me show you closer. So this side of the frame is all capped honey. Hiding behind the wax is lovely golden honey. And this side of the frame, they're still working on it, closing the cells, but it's nearly done. And they're also trying to extend the honeycomb down. My bees are very heavy propolis producer. The whole hive is coated with it. But that's good. You can harvest the propolis as well. They are not the friendliest of the bees. That's why I'm wearing the whole beekeeping regalia. I always try to disturb them as little as possible. I do maybe 3 or 4 inspections in a year. I think they thrive better without being disturbed. Let me show you this one. On the top here you can see it's all capped honey, could be harvested, and the bottom half of the frame is all drone brood. That's the male bees. They're producing lots of them in the spring, getting ready to swarm. I think I might try to split that hive, try to create another one for free. I think it's big enough to cope with the dividing, so let me try to do that. I have an empty hive here, so what I'm gonna do is transfer some of the frames into this one. The bees are getting quite agitated now, but that is to be expected. So what I need is a frame with some of the eggs and the brood, which is this one. They're also gonna need some honey to survive. That's why I'm gonna give them this frame. And some extra honey and brood. I'll give them this frame as well. This one is full of developing brood and a bit of honey. That should settle them well. And fingers crossed that's gonna work. I also need to refill the hive that I have taken stuff from, so I'm gonna put all those extra frames in it. I did see the eggs in the comb, so I don't need to go through all of it. I know the queen is there and is laying eggs, so there's no need to disturb them anymore. Okay, so one of them is done. Let me tend to the other one. As you can see, this one is much smaller, but I think it's still doing well. I haven't been using any treatment for my bees for at least 5 years. I'm trying to keep them as natural as possible, and as you can see, they are thriving. I can see those ones are producing honey already. I'm keeping my bee inspection to minimum 3 or 4 times a year, no more than that. I always think the less you disturb the bees, the better. Well, this one is full of honey. Probably in another week or two, oh that's heavy, I'm gonna harvest some of the honey as well. I never harvest any honey from the bees before the winter. I'll leave them whatever they have to survive the cold weather. I only harvest the honey in the spring when there's enough time for the bees to renew the stores. I got a sting already. What I'm looking for now is the part of the nest that I can see the eggs. If I can see the eggs, that means that the queen is inside and everything is well. You don't need to go through all the frames one by one. You don't need to find the queen itself, as long as you'll find the eggs. This is like the end frame of the brood, so I think on the next frame I'll see the eggs, if not the queen. As you can see, the bees are getting a bit cranky as well. Yeah, I can see the eggs and the young larvae. It's very hard to see inside those dark cells, but that's all good. I don't need to go any further than that. And I think in a week or two, maybe up to a month, no longer than that, I can come back in and harvest some honey. Okay, so we can close it all up. Everything looks fine and dandy. I can harvest some of the propolis from the hive. That's how it looks like, all these sticky bits. This is the bee house entrance, and same happening on this side. They weren't very happy for me to open the hives. They're gonna be cranky for quite a while now. Let's have a look if they are coming out from the new hive. No activity here. They're still settling in. So hopefully that's gonna be our new beehive. And in a few weeks, fingers crossed, I should be able to harvest some of the honey that the bees didn't use themselves. Okay, so I think I'm out of the danger zone. Thank you very much for joining me. I don't know how well this video gonna work because it might be a bit disjointed. I've never filmed checking the bees before. Only one bee sting, even through the gloves. Not bad, it's healthy. Improve the circulation wherever you get stung. So as I said, thank you very much for joining, and I hope I'll see you soon in the garden. Bye.